Minions and Monsters is the 7th installment in the Despicable Me Minions franchise. And yet again, it focuses on the Minions. It's the second movie to do so. I know technically it's the third because Minions Rise of Gru exists. But, sorry, I had to yawn. But, Minions Rise of Gru doesn't really focus on the Minions. It focuses more so on young Gru. But my history with the franchise is that obviously I grew up with 1, 2, and 3, and then I would say I probably grew up with the first Minions as well. When Minions Rise of Gru came out, I didn't really have any interest in it, but my brother loves this franchise, and when it released on DVD, he watched it a bunch, like for a long time. So I've seen that movie a good couple times. And then Despicable Me 4, I watched for the first time like 2 weeks ago. It has never been my favorite franchise, but watching Despicable Me 4 kind of reminded me that this franchise isn't that horrible. I think Gru is a really good character. The Minions are exactly what they are. They're funny, and they're kind of cute little guys, but they're more so, like, just funny, like, just the way, like, they sound and, like, some of their jokes and everything. So, coming into this one, I wasn't really expecting it to be any better or worse than some of the other ones. Obviously, I have my least favorite, and I have my favorite, but, I was coming into this one, and I was basically just like, you know what? I know what this franchise is. I've accepted it, and I really just want a time that I can have laughs from the Minions. And that is exactly what I got. Some people are calling this, like, one of the best in the franchise and everything. I wouldn't say that just because of, like, sorry, I hope that's the last one. But, I wasn't expecting it to be, like, my favorite in the franchise, and it wasn't. Whereas some people are saying, like, it is the best, but, like, one of the best for, like, certain things. Like, most people think that, like, the movie angle is, like, an extremely great angle. And, like, I think that is really cool as well, but it's not, like, something that, like, makes it stand out above all the others to me. I thought that the new, Minions, I know there was Henry, Henry, James, and then, I can't remember the other one of, like, the Trinity, like, the main three, but, like, I think Henry's the main one? No, James is the main one, and then Henry's the best friend. I thought that they were pretty good characters, and, like, the way they did them, where, like, James wants to be, like, this movie director, and then Henry, like, the way they end up, like, meeting and become best friends, I thought that was pretty good, and then you get the other minion who can't talk, and, like, so because of that, you don't really, like, feel like there's an impact or anything, because, like, when he can't talk, like, he's just kind of standing there, but, he was fine, and then, so, in this movie, they're like, okay, so, in the first Minions, a bunch of Minions are trapped in this cave at this time. How do we get around that? Oh, there's different tribes of Minions. So this tribe is led by a minion named Dick, or Richard, probably. But obviously the nickname for Richard is Dick. And the way they use that for some jokes is really funny. Like, there's this character, Max, who's played by Christopher Waltz for the first little bit of the movie, who is a director. And that kind of helps James figure out what he wants to do. And there's a scene where they're leaving, and they're all, like, saying bye. And then Dick walks by, and he's like, Mox. And then Max is like, Dick. Like, the way they use that for, like, a bunch of different jokes in the movie is funny. And it's like, that was a really cool way to get around it. And this movie was funny. Like, I had to yawn again. Man. But Dort. Dort is a robot that gets introduced in this movie, played by Jesse Eisenberg. So that helps as well, because I love Jesse Eisenberg as an actor. But I thought the character itself was really good, and like there was a bunch of humorous moments with him, whether it just be like you find out where he's living, like in the apartment, and just like some of the things he does, and then ultimately you get like a love story with him, and that was kind of funny. I really like that character. But then you get into the like last little bit of the movie, which it's called Minions and Monsters. There's not a lot of monsters in this. You get into the last little bit where they kind of like call the monsters, and like a bunch of crap breaks loose. And it was fine, it was fun, like it was kind of cool seeing like a monster, but like the monster that they chose to be like the big bad wasn't my favorite, and the way that they like get the monsters and everything isn't my favorite either. I'm just not like a big magic guy. But everything before then was really good, and like even that was fine. But it's not my favorite in the franchise. It's not the worst in the franchise. It is a movie that knows what it is, and at this point with this franchise, I am at the point where I've just kind of accepted it, and I'm kind of just like, you know what? It's not my favorite franchise, because it's the Despicable Me franchise. It's not my favorite franchise, and it's not like they're the most well-made movies ever, but I can have fun with them, and that's all I needed. So if you like the other Minions movies, you will like this one about the same, if not a little bit more so. If you're not a fan of the Minions movies, this is coming from someone else that I've heard say it. If you're not a fan of the other Minions movies, this one has a couple things that you might like it a bit more than the others. But don't expect like it to be a major difference, because these movies, we know what these movies are. They're all kind of like the same humor, and just like it's obviously the characters, so yeah. But like I don't really have anything else I could say about it, because it's the Despicable Me and Minions franchise. So that's my thoughts on the Minions and Monsters movie. Tell me what you thought of the movie down below, and I'll see you later today for our newest addition to the Sherlock lore. So I'll see you for Enola Holmes.